Did you know? Medieval castles had latrines, often called garderobes, which usually emptied straight into the moat or a cesspit below. The term garderobe actually meant a place to guard robes because the ammonia fumes were thought to repel fleas. Hawaii keeps its clocks consistent year-round because it's the only US state that doesn't observe daylight saving time. It means the time difference with the mainland changes twice a year. The world's oldest continuously operating pizzeria, Antica Pizzeria Port Alba, has been serving pies in Naples since 1738. It started as a humble street vendor stand, and you can still grab a slice there today. Venice's Grand Canal was a serious barrier for centuries with almost no bridges to cross until pretty late in its history. People mainly relied on ferries. The Rialto Bridge, for example, wasn't fully done until 1591. Hawaii's Big Island is constantly getting bigger thanks to Kilauea volcano. It actually adds over 42 acres of new land to the island annually, slowly changing the map. You won't find any snakes slithering around in Hawaii. The islands are totally snake-free. Importing one without a specific permit is actually a felony due to the risk to native ecosystems. People in Hawaii really love Spam residents gobble down roughly 7 million cans of the processed meat every year. It's found in everything from local dishes to Spam musubi. Using the wrong coat of arms could get you in serious trouble in medieval Europe, sometimes even leading to a duel. Your heraldic device was basically your personal brand recognized across different kingdoms. Kilauea on the Big Island isn't just a volcano. It's one of the world's most active, having been erupting almost continuously since 1983. Its constant lava flows have drastically changed the island's landscape. People in medieval Europe really hated cats, seeing them as evil and tied to witchcraft. This led to mass killings, which might have made the Black Death worse by letting rat populations explode. The incredibly well-preserved ancient city of Pompeii was first stumbled upon by chance in the late 1500s. Serious excavations didn't start until 1748, meaning it stayed hidden for over 1700 years after Vesuvius erupted. Medieval scribes filling gorgeous illuminated manuscripts sometimes drew bizarre drolleries in the margins like knights fighting snails. These strange, whimsical doodles often had no obvious connection to the holy texts. The Hawaiian alphabet is tiny, featuring only 13 letters: A, E, I, O, U, H, K, L, M, N, P, W. You won't find a B or D in any traditional Hawaiian word. Siena in Tuscany hosts the super intense Palio di Siena, a bareback horse race around its main piazza that happens twice a year. This wild, no-holds-barred tradition dates back to the 17th century, drawing massive crowds. Medieval jousting was way more dangerous than modern historical reenactments, implying knights frequently died from severe injuries. King Henry II of France famously died after a lance shard pierced his eye during a tournament in 1559. Ancient Roman concrete was shockingly durable structures, like the Pantheon, are still standing after almost 2,000 years, partly thanks to volcanic ash in its recipe. Our modern concrete often degrades way faster, sometimes in just decades. In medieval times, a unicorn horn was considered super valuable for its supposed magical healing properties. However, most of these prized items were actually just the long spiraling tusk of a narwhal. Florence has a super secret elevated passageway called the Fossari Corridor that connects the Uffizi Gallery directly to Pitti Palace. It was built in just 5 months in 1565, letting Medici dukes walk safely and unseen above the city. You might not expect it, but Italy hosts Europe's only active mud volcanoes found in Emilia-Romagna. These unique geological formations, called Salce di Nirano, continuously bubble cold mud and gases from underground. One more medieval siege warfare wasn't just about rocks. Trebuchets sometimes launched diseased animal carcasses over castle walls. This was an early gross form of biological warfare used to spread sickness among defenders. Forget cute fuzzy caterpillars. Hawaii is home to a native carnivorous caterpillar that actually hunts and eats snails. These surprising predators use silk traps to catch their unsuspecting prey. Over 90% of Hawaii's native plants and animals are completely unique to the islands, existing nowhere else on Earth. This makes the local ecosystems incredibly fragile and important to protect. Falconry was a huge status symbol for medieval nobility, with different birds indicating social rank. Only kings could fly an eagle, while a commoner might be restricted to a kestrel. You can experience nearly every climate on Earth in Hawaii. It actually boasts 12 of the world's 14 major climate zones. From deserts to rainforests and even alpine tundras, it's all there. Peasants in medieval Europe sometimes outlived their noble counterparts, which is wild to think about. Their simpler diets and active lifestyles actually helped them avoid the health issues common among the rich, like gout. People in the Middle Ages weren't afraid of water, like some think, but they often believed bathing could open pores and invite illness. Many took dry baths with linen rags, especially during the Black Death era. If you were accused of a crime in the Middle Ages, you might have to prove your innocence through trial by ordeal. This could involve grasping a red-hot iron or being thrown into water to see if you sank. Wild brown bears still roam freely in parts of Italy, especially within Abruzzo, Lazio, and Molise National Park. These are the critically endangered Marsican brown bears, a rare subspecies found only in the central Italian region. Medieval people didn't experience time in precise minutes and seconds like we do. Hours were often variable. Monastic communities used water clocks and chanted specific prayers based on the sun's position. The nine, or Hawaiian goose, is the world's rarest goose species, and you'll only ever find it in Hawaii. This incredible bird is even the state bird, having evolved from Canadian geese. Michelangelo reportedly hated painting the Sistine Chapel ceiling, considering himself a sculptor, not a painter. He toiled on that massive project for 4 years from 1508 to 1512 in extremely uncomfortable conditions. Mauna Kea is actually the world's tallest mountain from its underwater base to its peak, stretching over 3,000 feet. Most of that colossal structure hides beneath the Pacific, making Everest merely the highest above sea level. The world's oldest surviving bank, Banca Monte dei Paschi di Siena, was established in Siena back in 1472. Imagine a financial institution that has been continuously operating for over 5 centuries, seeing so much history unfold. Hawaii is slowly but surely moving closer to Japan, with the entire island chain drifting westward. It shifts about 7 centimeters every year, a tiny but constant journey across the Pacific Ocean. Medieval doctors performed trepanning drilling holes into people's skulls to release evil spirits or relieve pressure. Evidence shows some patients actually survived this incredibly risky brain surgery. Florence hosts Calcio Storico Fiorentino, a ridiculously brutal medieval-style football match where city districts battle it out. This wild tradition has been happening every June since at least the 16th century, complete with historical costumes. Duke Kahanamoku, an Olympic swimmer from Hawaii, is widely credited with popularizing surfing around the world in the early 20th century. He won multiple gold medals and later became the sheriff of Honolulu for many years. Mount Etna, one of the world's most active volcanoes in Sicily, actually produces incredibly unique and sought-after wines. Its mineral-rich volcanic soil, constantly refreshed by eruptions, creates a flavor profile you won't find anywhere else. Chess was a popular game in medieval courts, but the queen piece wasn't always a powerful female. She was originally known as the vizier, or counselor, gaining her modern powers much later. The famous Bayeux tapestry isn't actually a tapestry at all. It's an embroidery meticulously stitched with colored wool yarns. It tells the story of the Norman conquest in 50 distinct scenes. Rome takes its cat population super seriously, actually having laws that protect its feral cat colonies from being moved. You can visit hundreds of them at the Torre Argentina Cat Sanctuary, chilling among ancient Roman ruins. Iolani Palace in Honolulu holds a unique title. It's the only official royal palace on U.S. soil. This grand residence once housed Hawaii's last reigning monarchs, King Kalakaua and Queen Liliuokalani. The University of Bologna, founded in 1088, isn't just old. It's the oldest university in continuous operation globally. Imagine students walking those halls for over 900 years, learning from legendary scholars. Hawaii's official state fish has one of the longest names you'll ever hear, Humuhumunukunukuapua'a. This beautiful reef triggerfish is a mouthful, so locals usually just call it huma huma for short. The Italian village of Viganella gets no direct sunlight for 3 months each winter, so they built a massive 8x5 meter mirror on a mountainside. It perfectly reflects sunlight into the town square, literally bringing the sun to them. If you enjoyed these, subscribe for daily facts and catch the shorts too.